So we wrap up our winter roundtables this morning. Join us, Democratic political analyst Marianne March and Republican political analyst Ginny Buckingham. It's great to have you with us. Although meteorological spring actually began March 1st. So
Doesn't feel it.
We've been in meteorological spring for a while. So there is a lot to unpack from Kim Driscoll's appearance this morning. So what do you make your comments about the MBTA? Let's start there.
I think she's spot on right. I mean, everybody is on Maura Healey and Kim Driscoll. When all this happened under Charlie Baker, sure, go back to Deval Patrick. But this didn't happen in the last, 2 months. This didn't happen in the last 3 months or 4 months. It took 8 years to get to this day when we're watching ceiling panels fall out and everything else.
At what point does it become the sitting governor's problem, regardless of history?
I think people got to give them 6 months to a year. Again, this took 8 years to get here, and while Charlie Baker spent a lot of money, it was in all the wrong places. I'm glad the T is getting the attention it's getting now. It's unfortunate it didn't get that kind of attention the last 8 years.
Ginny, the MBTA, housing, what was your...
There's no winning on this issue with the T. There's always going to be problems with the T. It's an old system.
Right.
What they need to do is hire someone with impeccable credentials that everyone will have confidence in, and then let the person go and do their best. And it's never going to be something she can declare a win on.
All right. Senator Elizabeth Warren ripping into the banking industry and Fed Chair Jerome Powell after the failures of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. Take a listen to this.
I said at the time, I thought it was dangerous to have someone like Powell, who was willing to deregulate the banks, in the position as the head of the Fed. And I think some of that danger has now shown itself right out in public.
All right, this is the senator's wheelhouse and has her back in the national spotlight. Is it also a platform for a presidential run?
There's a thing called stars aligning in politics and in life, and I think the stars just aligned for Elizabeth Warren.
All right, Marianne?
Well, this is the Elizabeth Warren that came onto the national scene in 2008 because she could explain the crisis so well, plain spoken, and she was right about all of it, and now Jay Powell too. She's right to go out and take a victory lap. She's explaining it all again, but she said she wouldn't run against Joe Biden. Joe Biden's running, therefore Elizabeth Warren is not.
So we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
I think we do.
So let's talk about the Republican presidential race. So just let's talk about the optics. Mike Pence, Nikki Haley, they were popping up in New Hampshire. Ron DeSantis is going to be there in a short period of time from now. Donald Trump has been focused on taking DeSantis down of late, preparing an expansive opposition research file. This as DeSantis backs away from supporting Ukraine. Could Trump bulldoze DeSantis before he even gets going?
This is a race between Trump and DeSantis. Trump when he ran the first time, 2016, mowed the field down. That was his approach. That's what he's going to do to DeSantis. DeSantis has a glass jaw. And that's the thing to watch here. And we saw that with Chris, who he ran against for governor in that debate. Mm-hmm. Now, you look at, DeSantis is like hermetically sealed in Tallahassee. He's like the Tin Man from Tallahassee, and no one can lay a glove on him. He's got a rubber stamp legislature. But when they get on the stage, and I think it will take being on the stage, Trump is going to murder him. And DeSantis won't be able to take it. And if that happens, then DeSantis' support falls away because people would rather support Trump, who could stand up for them and fight, and they see DeSantis wilting.
Ginny.
There's so many dominoes that are going to fall before we know how this is all going to play out. It's a big, healthy Republican field, which I'm super excited about. Let's go at it. Let's see how Nikki Haley does. Let's see if Tim Scott gets in. Let's see how it all plays out.
And Mike Pence sounds like he's getting in. Will Mike Pence get in, do you believe?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So I'm going to say right now, Trump is the nominee, even if indicted, possibly in jail.
I think you're wrong, and I sure hope you are.
We went through this before.
Yes. All right. Well, Boston is going green, not just for St. Patrick's Day. Mayor Michelle Wu announcing last week that the city is moving to adopt building codes that would strongly discourage the use of fossil fuels in new buildings. After a win on rent control with the city council, is the mayor walking a fine line with the business community, or is she just making it clear where Boston is heading? Marianne?
Michelle Wu keeping another campaign promise. She said Boston would be a green city. She got the ordinances passed so she can do it. And she's trying to make Boston a more climate-friendly place and make it more affordable to do it. So no one should be surprised. Certainly, once again, the business community is complaining, but this is where we need to go. Hello, look over at the weather set. I mean, we used to talk about how climate change is coming. It's here, and we have to address it.
What do you think, Ginny?
You know, I've never been a fan of a single town or a single city trying to take on a global problem. And I think that's what Mayor Wu is trying to do in a time when banks are closing, when inflation is record high. I think we need to be careful about our economy and our competitiveness.
Next item is Wellesley College. Students at Wellesley College approved a non-binding referendum calling for the admission of transgender men and more inclusive treatment of non-binary students. The administration said that there is no plan to change admission policy. So that means those assigned female at birth who identify as men are not eligible for admission. Right call for a women's college, Marianne, or are the students ahead of the administration?
You know, proud graduate of an all-women's college here. Wellesley dealt with this in 2014, and it's surprising to me that hasn't been in the coverage. There was a woman, a young woman, who applied to Wellesley. It got admitted, attended Wellesley, and transitioned while she was there. She remained a student there. That is the policy at Wellesley today. Now, 9 years after this, the debate is wildly different. So, yes, I think the students are ahead of the administration here, but it's not something that they haven't dealt with already.
But it being a non-binding resolution, does the administration hear it? Do they hear the voice?
No question they do, and I'm sure the board does too. The question is, where do they want to go from here when they've already had a policy of sorts in place?
Yeah.
If you transition while you're there, you can continue to be a student.
Jenny?
It strikes me they should listen to their students, and there are other colleges like Smith that have done the right thing here, and I think Wellesley should follow.